So back at the gate for the first time in a long time. I gave the gate a little break while I took care of, family matters at home. We spoke about that earlier, so you guys know. But just came back from Jamaica. Took my mom's to Jamaica, so she's down there and getting the proper care and the proper food, weather, everything, man. Spoke to her today. She's all right, y'all. So I feel much better, and a lot more stress has been lifted off my shoulders. So I'm able to go back and train now and go back to doing what I love doing and providing y'all some great content and taking care of my businesses and my family at home. So I feel a lot better. I'm able to think clearly now and come up with these new routines and stay active and keep the game evolving. So this is the routine I brought up before. I was actually supposed to post the video that I had when I did it in the backyard. I still post that video even though this version is way better. This is what I originally intended this routine to be done with a partner. So it's 10 burpees with the tools, 10 tools, and 10 muscle ups with the two dips at the top. So it's supposed to be a seesaw type of timing. So while you're going down, your partner is going up, forward, and you complete the two dips at the top. So the first dip of the muscle up obviously doesn't count. It's the one dip, one, two. There you go. One dip, one, two. See, I wanted to go down by one. I try to trick him, hoping that hoping that his ego would push him, and that would have helped me. This is what I need. I need this environment. I need the push. I need the good vibes. I need the jokes. And this is what I love. This is what I strive for. This is what keeps me active, being in this environment and trying new things, and pushing myself. And that's what I would like to talk about now is these type of routines.
I don't like this
I
feeling.
I
I don't like this
don't
one.
like this one.
You don't like
You
that
don't like
view?
that view?
Go watch
Go
that.
watch that.
Be
Be
glitching.
glitching.
Looking here.
Looking here.
So like,
So like, oh,
I just got
I just
used
got
to it.
used to. So I left the footage raw for you guys to get that feeling of being there at the park with me for the first time. First time in a long time, that is. It's a good day, man. No mosquitoes, decent weather, kind of humid. So this is the second attempt at routine. We're going for another 10, not a 9. So this one we have a better idea of how it's supposed to go, but sometimes based on the timing of the muscle up, as you're gonna see in a few, it throws you off because once you jump up on the bar, I don't like doing a muscle up off the gather. I always tell people not to gather when you do a muscle up. Start from the dead hang. See, but since from me jumping onto the bar, I don't jump and dead hang on my joints. So I act like a shock absorber. So I grab the ball with my arms bent already. So I do have to lower myself, and it creates like a gather look. So if I was to jump on the ball, lower myself, and then start, it would eliminate that gather look. Anyway, with a routine like this, you come down. It's hard to maintain and stop the swing. You got to keep that in mind, not to swing. So if it's your time to go up and you're on a backwards motion of the swing, it's going to make it difficult to catch that muscle up. I'm sorry, when you're in the forwards motion of the swing. So while you're going forward and it's your time to go up, you have to wait till momentum is helping you the other way. Even though you're not supposed to go around any sort of momentum, but that's just what happens when you're doing certain routines like this, and it causes you to strengthen the muscle. So right here, we kind of messed up, but we did actually 11 muscle ups, and no one was keeping count. So you still end up doing what you're supposed to do.
He said chat.
Next time, I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work
he said
routine as
chat.
far as I can. Go down by nines. I mean, not go down by ones. Here's Taj and Kensley giving it a try. They did a workout previous to this, and right here, Kensley went down raw, and he got a pain in his elbow, and he stopped immediately, which was the correct thing to do. Listen to yourself. It doesn't make sense. If you feel pain, stop immediately. So Taj has to keep going
For your wrist?
and have that imaginary partner keep that same time in. Very, very good form. So here's the problem now. First one was okay.
1, 2.
There we go, the kick.
1, 2.
So now
1, 2.
it becomes more of a ego thing
1,
of trying to
2.
complete the routine now, where you're trying to get up there at any means necessary.
1, 2.
And going forward, I'm not gonna allow these anymore. I just did this for the video purposes so he can see it also, and for him to understand like this becomes like ego lifting right here, because these are not muscle ups. These are not good form.
1, 2.
Flaring his elbows way too much, and he's kicking way too much.
1, 2.
He's doing something totally different right now. And to his credit, again, he did a lot of pulls and pushes before this routine, and I commend him for giving it a try and actually going through with it. But technically, that form, once it would have been corrected, he would have had difficulties trying to complete that set. Off the second muscle up alone, he started kicking. So it's important. It's very important. These routines are not to be taken for granted. This routine, what we're doing here, is more reps and sets. That's what I call certain routines. And this is why I don't really get stuck in doing reps and sets. People classify just doing basics as reps and sets, but reps and sets is strictly exactly what is stated. You're doing reps, sets of reps. So right here, Maine is going for a max out of as many push-ups he can do in 5 minutes. These are routines or breakdowns I don't like to do. I like to do goal-related routines. I like to do routines that's fun, routines that's dynamic, because it strengthens different aspects of your training and exposes weaknesses and strengthens weaknesses at the same time. If you're doing straight basics, 10 sets of pulls, 10 sets of push, when it's time to do combo routines, like what we were doing earlier, it becomes difficult. Right here, it puts you in a comfort zone right here, because you have no real goal of completion. So you're just going to, when the time runs out, whatever you stop at, you keep track of that for the next time you try to go further. Or you tell yourself, I'm trying to get 250 in 5 minutes by any means. And that's cool for a sense. But I prefer to have breakdowns and different ways to work my way to that number and to combine it with different things. So either I would say you have to stay in a plank position and get as far as you can in that 5 minutes, as many reps as you could do, opposed to doing this method right here. Because you would get stuck in this sort of training. And when planks are involved, certain holds are involved, combination with pulls are involved, and muscle ups, anything combined is going to cause you problems. Just like with the Snoop battle. You got to hope that the battle is very basic. If a battle consists of a combination routine, you're going to have trouble. You're definitely going to have trouble. So my goal was to get 100 clip. I felt like I could have get 120, but this ball was really digging into my hand, and I knew the goal was to try to get as much as you can in 5 minutes. So if I was to try to get that 120, I probably would have had to break down by fives after that. I would have been, basically I would have shot my load. And I'm not back in shape yet. So in my mind, my goal was to get 100 clip at a straight pace. And I accomplished that. After that, I started breaking them down by 15s, then by 10s, all the way. I think I got to 200. If not 200, 195. I know on my second attempt I got 195. But yeah, that's the that was the goal of this routine. As much as you could get in 5 minutes, you try to get 240 or better, and that was that in 5 minutes. I said by the end of July I'll try again, and we'll see where we at. Maine was able to get 240, and we did three sets, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I definitely did 2 sets. Let's say that. Kinsley was smart. He changed the ball because that other ball that's behind him, it started making our hands sore because it's so skinny.
Back to the essence.
Digging into my hands, and plus this ball has less flex, so it was way better. I actually didn't get to do a set on this ball. So again, I love to do combination routines, as I always suggest doing. I love to do complex combo routines where you add different exercises to that one exercise and get the most out of your time, let alone the reps. And that helps you to get stronger. That helps you with progression when you want to apply that to different things. But if you get stuck in just doing the reps and sets, you're gonna paint yourself into a box. And now when it comes to doing different things, you're gonna be reluctant to give it a try, and you're gonna be somewhat deterred from doing anything new or something out of your comfort zone. So the goal is to never stay in your comfort zone, to always make things tricky. Don't make things so simple. Make the complex things the simple things. And they do become that way. This was Man's last set. I think he got 205. 205 or matter of fact 115. That was his third set. and he wanted to complete it with some muscle ups. He wanted to do a 10 clip. He ended up doing a 6 clip. He should have taken a longer break, but it's good money regardless. See, so something like this, I would suggest if you do, say you're supposed to do 100 push and then go do a 10 clip of muscle ups, that's the type of stuff that I like. Set goal numbers and work your way to achieving those numbers, and then try to shorten the rest time for them, and then increase them as they become easier, which they usually do. So hope you enjoyed this video, and look out for more because I have a lot more time again. So thank you guys for being patient.